Hi, good afternoon. This is Ruth Andrea C. Trapane, and this is my part of the report. So, number one, what is thermodynamics? Thermodynamics is the study of energy, how it moves, changes, and interacts with matter. It focuses mainly on heat, work, and how they affect things around us. So, under thermodynamics, we have the laws of thermodynamics as reported as from the recent group, yung kila ASPAR. So, first law, energy conservation. Second law, entropy. Third law, absolute zero. Fourth law is zeroth law. So, what is thermodynamics useful? Thermodynamics is used in many areas like engineering, physics and chemistry, and environmental science. So we have classification of thermodynamic cycles. So number one is gas cycles. From the word itself, uses gas as the working fluid. Gas cycles involve gases that are compressed and expanded. So examples are internal combustion and power plants. So second cycle is the vapor cycles. Also from the word itself, uses liquids and vapors as working fluid. Vapor cycles involve liquid turning into vapors. Example is refrigeration, power generation. Next is combined cycles. Combines gas and vapor cycles for higher efficiency. It is commonly used in power plants. A combined cycle is like using two engines together to make more power from the same fuel. So we have here two examples. Number one, first engine. Imagine a car that burns gas to make a lot of hot air. This hot air spins a turbine to make electricity. So from that first engine, we have that's gas cycle. For the second engine, we have vapor cycles. Now we take that hot air from the first engine to make and use it to boil water, turning it into steam. This steam spins a second turbine to make even more electricity. So that is vapor cycle. So by using both engines, the power plant makes more electricity using the same fuel, which is much more efficient.
So my name is Princess Wilpa and narito ako para i-discuss ang Carnot cycle. Ano nga ba ang Carnot cycle? A Carnot cycle is defined as an ideal reversible closed thermodynamic cycle born itong four processes: isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression, and adiabatic compression. First is ang isothermal expansion. Heat is absorbed at constant temperature, increasing volume and work output. Dito, nag-a-absorb ng heat pero at constant temperature. This causes the gas para mag-expand and do the work. So, yung gas gets bigger because nag-a-absorb ito ng heat pero at constant temperature pa rin. Second is adiabatic expansion. Dito, no heat exchange occurs, temperature drops, and work is done on the system. Dito, no heat is added or taken away. Yung temperature drops and yung system ang gumagawa ng work gamit ang sariling internal energy. The pressure decreases or the volume increases. Dito, the gas gets bigger without taking heat. Isothermal compression. Heat is released at constant temperature, decreasing volume and work output. Dito, nagre-release ng heat at constant temperature. This causes the gas to get smaller or maging maliit and work is done by the system. Dito, it involves decreasing the volume or increasing the pressure of a gas habang constant temperature pa rin. Yung isothermal compression work kasi is minimum amount of work lang na kailangan para mag-compress ng gas, and it can only be achieved in a system that changes na ang tawag ay reversible fashion. Last process naman is adiabatic compression. No heat exchange, temperature and work is done by the system. Dito, no heat is added or taken away. So, nangyayari ang process na ito pag yung pressure ng gas increases without heat exchange sa surrounding and work is done by the system. Kapag ang gas is na-compress, yung temperature is tumataas dahil walang heat ang pumapasok para mabalance yung pagbabago ng temperature.
So next, I'll be explaining the Rankine cycle. The Rankine cycle is a fundamental thermodynamic process used in power generation, especially in steam engines and power plants. The cycle involves four key components. We can see here the boiler, turbine, condenser, and pump. So let's go step by step. Step 1 is the boiler. Here, water is heated under high pressure, turning it into steam. During this process, the water absorbs energy from an external heat source, which could come from coal, natural gas, or renewable sources like solar thermal energy. The pressurized steam produced here is what drives the rest of the cycle. Next is the turbine. The high-pressure steam generated in the boiler expands through the turbine blades. As the steam expands, it loses energy, which is converted into mechanical work. This mechanical work can then be used to drive generators that produce electricity. So, the turbine is where the magic of mechanical energy production happens. After the steam leaves the turbine, it enters the condenser. Here, the steam is cooled and condensed back into liquid water by releasing heat to cooling medium, such as water or air. This process reduces the steam's volume and pressure, making it ready to be reused in the next step. Here, the last step involves the pump. The pump condensed water is pumped back into the boiler at high pressure. This completes the cycle, ensuring continuous flow of water and steam. The pump requires a small amount of energy, but it's essential to keep the Rankine cycle running efficiently. And in summary, the Rankine cycle is a closed-loop system consisting of four main components: the boiler, turbine, condenser, and pump. It's widely used in thermal power plants to generate electricity by converting heat energy into mechanical energy and, eventually, electrical energy.
So my name is Stephen Ryan P. Sigüenza at narito ako para i-discuss ang Brayton cycle. So what is Brayton cycle? So Brayton cycle is a thermodynamic cycle that describes the workings of a constant pressure heat engine. So sa diagram na ito, pinapakita dito yung apat na main stages ng Brayton cycle, which is namely the compressor, combustor, turbine, and exhaust. So the first stages is the compressor. Dito, kinocompress dito yung air. Then, yung compression na yun is nakakapagpataas ng temperature and pressure ng air. So, sa process na to, matatawag natin ito as entropic process, meaning walang heat na nag-exchange and work is done on the system. So, sa pangalawang stages naman is the combustor. So, yung compressed air ay ini-injectan ng fuel na nagkakos ng ignition. And yung ignition na ito ay nakakapagpadagdag ng init dun sa system at a constant pressure na nakakapagpataas ng temperature ng air. So, sa pangatlong stages naman, which is the turbine. So, yung init na mapoproduce ng system is nag-expand dun sa turbine na nagkakos ng pag-rotate. And this rotation ay nag-generate ito ng mechanical power which can be used to drive a generator or other machinery. So, sa process ito, isa rin itong halimbawa ng isentropic process and work is done by the system. So, sa last stages ng Brayton cycle, which is the exhaust. So, dito, yung gases ay nagkukool na at a lower pressure and dito sa exhaust ay nire-release yung mga excess gases sa atmosphere. So to sum it up, the Brayton cycle, ang Brayton cycle is a thermodynamic cycle na nagkakonsist ng apat na stages. First one is the compression, second one is the combustion, the third one, the expansion through a turbine, and the last is the exhaust. So, yung air, kinocompress na nakakapagpataas ng temperature and pressure. Fuel is then burned, adding heat to the compressed air. Then, the hot or the high pressure gases ay nag-expand dun sa turbine na nag-generate ng power. So, itong cycle na to, yung Brayton cycle, is commonly used in gas turbine engines. So, Brayton cycle are used in various applications. So, including dito yung mga gas turbine engines for aircraft, power generation, and industrial processes. That's all. Thank you.
Refrigeration cycles. So this is composed of evaporator, which is it has a refrigerant that absorbs heat from the cold space or evaporating. Yung refrigerant po is a chemical na nag-absorb ng heat sa isang refrigeration. And compressor. Refrigerant vapor is compressed, increasing its temperature. Sa compressor po, nag-i-increase yung temperature ng refrigerant. Then, condenser. Compressed refrigerant releases heat to the environment or condensing. So, after being compressed sa compressor, it will then go through sa process ng condensing sa condenser, which is marirelease yung heat na na-absorb ng refrigerant sa environment. And then expansion valve. Refrigerant pressure is reduced, allowing it to absorb heat again. Sa expansion valve, after ma-release yung heat na na-absorb ng refrigerant, and after ma-compress, diba? After condense, sa expansion valve, mababawasan yung pressure and ma-allow na siyang mag-absorb ng heat ulit. And then, the cycle repeats.
Power generation. Steam and gas turbines are vital for electricity production. So, katulad sa sinabi dito na ang power generation, steam and gas turbines are vital for electricity production because kagaya po dito sa Philippines, meron po tayong mga power turbines na nagko-convert ng wind to electricity that is essential para sa mga tao na malapit dun sa area na yun. In addition, refrigeration. Cooling system are essential for food storage and comfort. So, ang refrigeration po sa atin ay very essential because nag-preserve ito ng food, something like connected sa scientific studies, ganun. And ang refrigeration for us is malaking help po siya because di ba nga po na naka-preserve siya. So, meron pa tayong pwedeng ma-harvest sa future because of the pag-refrigerate ng something, ng ating certain something. So, refrigeration is very essential. So, cooling system are essential for food storage and comfort. Yan lang po.
So, renewable energy tulad ng solar, wind, geothermal is a clean and eco-friendly source ng electricity. Hindi ito nauubos. So, mas sustainable ito kumpara sa fossil fuels tulad ng coal at oil. So, thermodynamics is a science na ginagamit para mapaganda pa ang performance ng renewable energy systems. So, nagiging mas efficient at mas madaling gamitin ng mga technologies in daily life. So, next is sustainability. Sustainability is about balancing progress and caring for the environment. So, gumagamit tayo ngayon ng green technologies tulad ng electric cars at buildings na matipid sa energy. So, mas nababawasan ng pollution at carbon emissions. So, these efforts are made to ensure that we live a healthy planet for future generations.
Key takeaways. Thermodynamic cycles are foundational to many modern technologies. Understanding these concepts empowers innovations and helps us to address critical global challenges. So, ang thermodynamic cycle daw is napaka-importante, lalo na ngayon sa modern technology. And with regards of it, kung pag-aaralan natin, ito, maaari na ating masolusyonan or maging maunlad ang ating bansa. Yun lamang po and thank you.